Hey y'all. Oh, I had to go turn down this AC because it got a little cold. But I am here. I wasn't even going to go live. And then I realized I absolutely had to go live, y'all. I had to go live. So let me go ahead and start from the top of the comments. Y'all got me a little juice. I really need some wine or something. Woo. But anyways, hey Deborah. Oh no, I'm not leaving YouTube. Jace, hey. MB, you think this is gonna be bad? No, it's not bad. Please don't say you're done with YouTube. Isn't a lot supposed to start? Y'all know I be a little tardy every single time. But I was trying to get my juice. If she leaves YouTube, I'll cry for 40 days and 40 nights. I'm not playing about that. No. Y'all, I had to come on here because this is like bittersweet, to be honest. It's not bad, it's just bittersweet, more of an anxious thing. Hey OC girl. But yeah, some of y'all got it right. So yeah, as some of y'all guessed in the comments, y'all, this is the last vlog or live or any content footage at all. Like, we are moving into the home in a few days. So this is literally like bittersweet because we literally thought we were gonna be here for, a couple of months. Obviously, we had to push things back because of our contractors and stuff like that. But it's finally that time. The time has come, y'all. The time has come. And we are saying goodbye to the apartment living, everything dealing with apartments. And we are moving. And it is really bittersweet because already as a homeowner, like y'all, we haven't even gotten in good in the neighborhood. And it's just a whole different ball game. Like, usually with apartments, they deal with everything. They deal with every single thing. And as a homeowner, you now take that responsibility. But it's good. We are really excited. The girls are really excited. We have been at the house like nonstop I don't even know I'm here. I don't even know how I'm on this live right now. Like, literally, I'm trying to, like, I wasn't gonna go live, but I'm like, I gotta say goodbye because I'm gonna regret it. Like, I don't remember the last live I even did. I think it was a couple of weeks ago when I did the giveaway stuff. But I just wanted to have like a formal goodbye, y'all. Y'all, we need to do something special for this because this is like so exciting. But we're about to like transition into like the dope content. Finally, I'll be having me a filming room, my closet area, and then a whole house that I could really do everything. Did daddy turn it off? I just asked y'all when I went back there. Hold on. I'm on live. Why you food? You eat our food too. Girl, do you see me eating? I'm drinking. Y'all make up anything to get some drink late at night. We got our own drink. How you got your own drink? Y'all don't have nothing to drink right now. Drinking is over. Why got you, Mom? Because I'm on live, Journey. Take it. Y'all, they find any reason. No, you don't need to watch Coco. Y'all got cheer in the morning. Make your way back to that room. Journey. Okay, mommy will change it back. But y'all need to go to bed in a few because y'all got cheer. Y'all don't need to be tired, okay? Okay. No, I'm not leaving YouTube. Hey, I'm Michelle from Barbados. Love you and the girls. Your house looks looking beautiful. Y'all, because I was supposed to go. I remember I was supposed to be going live like last week. Be careful with that glass, baby. after the foolishness from the girls still baby. I said be careful with that glass. With the girls still in the their NICU pictures and that whole shindig. But I never even followed up after I did my video. A few of our family members have reached out. I saw some DMs coming through. However, one of the other family members gave me like a list of people who was like their official family members, and they were like, "Don't listen to nobody else if they say they're family." Y'all, let me put them back in the bed. Come on, y'all gotta go to the bed. Oh, I'm gonna turn it to it. Come on, Journey. I told y'all should have told y'all daddy. Yes, baby. Y'all are in one room. Y'all gotta share energy. Whew. Okay, y'all. Give me that dang on shows. But yeah, so I never followed back up with anything else after that situation. That was like it was already crazy and stressful enough as is. But yes, so the house tour, we were kind of deliberating whether or not we wanted to do well, I was more so deliberating whether or not I wanted to do the house tour once we moved in, or I think we'll probably do it after our housewarming, because our contractors who were doing we had to push our housewarming back because originally the contractors who were doing the tile for the house for the kitchen area in the mudroom, they were supposed to be done by this Wednesday. They didn't come on Monday. Some other contractors came because he sent like 5 different contractors to do various things in the house, but the people who were for the tile did not come in. And I was a little nervous because I'm like, the tile has to set in place before you can grout. So I knew like, okay, so we just lost a day of tile work. If you don't come on Monday, if you come on Tuesday, we should still be in the clear. And when they came on Tuesday, they only lay like a few tile, and then they said like they'll be done by Wednesday, which was okay. But then by the time they left, they said they were going to be done on Thursday, which was still okay. Um, then next thing you know, they said they needed to be on the property on Saturday and Sunday. And I was like, we got a housewarming on Saturday. What you talking about? I was like, is there any way that like you could just whatever you gotta do? Because I'm thinking like they're gonna be finished. I didn't know what they needed to be on the property for. But long story short, y'all, so they didn't even come today. When I spoke to the head guy, he said they'll be back to finish everything on Monday. So we still got like maybe 3 pieces of tile in the kitchen that are missing, and it's not grouted. So I was like, let me push this back. And then since they had started working on the tile area by the sink, the other contractors who were in the house couldn't come back because they needed that area to install the faucet for the kitchen and the garbage disposal and stuff like that. Just small miscellaneous things and the plugs. And then we wanted to move our fridge and the wine cooler in and all that other good stuff. But either way it goes, all of our friends and family, they completely understood and they're still available to be there. So yeah, now it's just a process of, because we already have a camera, like we already decided who's going to film the the house tour for us. But it's gonna be exciting showing you guys, and I have so many notes and things that I've like taken. And then like the before and after visuals are insane, like they're insane. But I cannot wait for that. But y'all, mostly the content, like that content. But I hope moving is not going to be stressful. Yeah, I'm already stressed out. Trust and believe that. We're at the house every single day. We had to start helping because that is a big house to paint. So my dad hired us contractors and they painted the entryway, but we have really, really tall ceilings in the entryway and the living room. So yeah, that's stressful. So we started painting. Jeremy was able to get like the paint sprayer that like goes faster instead of rolling it. But y'all, when I say we have spent today alone probably 600 alone in paint, like, and we didn't even have to, but the fact of the matter is we didn't Jeremy prefers to spray it. I don't feel like I'm not as clear. And it does just go faster with the spraying. But yeah, that thing drink up all your damn money. We should have a little house party before you left. This house, if I showed y'all what this house looks like, I don't know if we're gonna have no house party. This looks a catastrophe. It's closed. It's mostly closed. That's the problem. Like that alone, like it like I started trying to wash the clothes, like get everything together, but it's just this gonna be the party, y'all. This little square box right here, because everything else is just everywhere. It looks crazy. We started taking stuff to the house today though. Because we didn't want it to be like stressful. Like, and for the last few years, every time we've moved, we've never had, like most times when you have like a move out date, like that's the date, like that's it, like that's all. We haven't ever had to deal with that. We've usually always had at least 2 months to move stuff, or at minimum 2 weeks to move stuff. So it's kind of like and we know when our move out date is, but we still trying to get everything out. So it's not like, okay, on this day we got to pack everything, move everything. Like, I don't know. That's really stressful for me. Keesha, are you going to continue to do DIYs once you move in? If so, can you continue to keep us a part of the journey with something? Oh, for sure. And then by that time I always forget my tripod. Yeah, when we do the pantry, like I probably will try to film that portion of it, because some things is like you start doing things and then you're like, bump it, I'm paying for somebody to do this. And then some things is kind of like, okay, let me try to thug this out and finish it out. But I know my closet room, well, I won't be doing my closet room. Somebody else is going to be hired to do that. But I'll still film that process for you guys to see. And then any other miscellaneous things over the next few months. But it's just, we're trying to, y'all, it was already enough getting this house to where we want it to be. Then now we talking about furnishing. But we kind of we're gonna just go room for room, because actually 3 rooms at a time right now, because right now we already know the girls' room, my office room, and our master bedroom, like the furniture for that. What were you doing on Love and Marriage? I seen you. Nothing, y'all, just chilling out. Oh, you should do the empty house tour after your cleaners clean. See, the only thing about that is we have to move like literally soon. So I don't know. It's not gonna be empty. It's gonna be mostly empty, because we're not even like, we're getting a completely different living room. We don't even have no dining room. The girls got a new bed, but their bed probably will be in there by the time we do our video. We're getting a completely different master. Well, everything's getting new when I think about it. But like our clothes will be there. And then like people from our registry like bought a lot of kitchen stuff for us. So most of the kitchen stuff we have here, like all the pots that like are scratched up, blah, 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 like all that's going to the trash. Like we got brand new everything. And we're going to be making sure we take great care of it. We live in our best life. God is good. Amen. Blessed house is going to be so beautiful. Excited for you. Thank you. Keesha, I call you super mama girl because you be so busy doing it all. I love everybody. Oh, thank you so much. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to go live. I'm trying to keep up with, like, when I tell y'all about the grace of God, I'm keeping up with these vlogs, because when we leave that house and I like leave, the girls are slumped over, tired, sleep on the way back to this house. It's a y'all. I don't. And then by the time I get them situated, bathed, in bed, it's late. They knocked out, Jeremy knocked out, and I'm up like, oh, I gotta edit the vlog. Like, I'm literally just trying. I'm like, okay, I'm only doing 3 vlogs. I gotta thug it out. I'm loving the modern look of the house. Yes, and it's really hard. Well, it's not hard sticking to that, but I'm being very nitpicky about sticking to the theme of modern farmhouse, because I looked up from the time we purchased the home, when I decided, okay, this is going to be the theme of the home. Because at first it was going to be classic contemporary, but I love like wooded things in the home, and those accents of modern farmhouse just kept popping up, and I was like, I need to change this to modern farm, because I know a lot of people keep saying keep the trim on the cabinets, That's not a part of modern farmhouse, like, at all. That's more of a classic. I don't know if some people are like, oh, people pay a lot for that to be added. Yeah, they do, but if you look, all the inspirations that we even had for the kitchen, none of that even had that trim on there. So it's not like that, big of a deal for me to take it off. It just looks kind of dated with what we have going on. So and it's like a lot of small details that you got to like think about. We would that furniture and praying everything with everything takes. No. We won't be having most of the stuff that we have won't be taking long. I only ordered things that were in stock, or am ordering things that are in stock. Because some things I didn't order because it said it would be here in like 2 to 3 days, and we knew we still had to clean out the garage. Jeremy's mom actually came in the clutch last night because she had somebody come and literally move all of our trash. I remember we had to get rid of our dumpster because people kept throwing stuff in and blah, blah, blah. So we got rid of the dumpster. So then we accumulated so many boxes, so much trash, and it was just in the garage, in the house, everywhere. So she was able to come through with somebody to get all of that out last night. Woo, y'all, it just made a hell of a difference. But are you going to sue the contractor that backed out? No, I'm not going to sue. I'm not going to sue him. Because the part, okay, so I think there's like, okay, so with contractors split your payments into different increments. You usually pay 15% to 20% upfront, and then most times when they're halfway through, you pay another percent, and then when they're done, you pay the final percentage. So with the first contractors, remember, because somebody else left a comment and was like, oh, you spent all that money and they didn't do anything, or like nothing is done. You don't know how contracting, renovation, or anything like that works. First of all, electrical work alone, the electrical work on our home alone was $18,000. They had to rewire our whole entire house. The light, when you go to an apartment and you do that walkthrough inspection and one light is out, that's on the apartment to fix that. When you buy a home, that's on you to fix that. So if a light is not in, or this is not this, or that is not that, you have to be responsible for that. So our contractors did a full demo. Our first contractors did a full demo, and they removed the whole wall. It was a load-bearing wall. That dining room wall was a load-bearing wall. That was $3,000 alone to remove a wall. They redid all the floors. They redid all the plumbing. They had to redo plumbing. Our bathtub that was in there was a right drain. Like if you look up tubs, all this stuff start making sense. If you look up tubs, you'll see left drain, right drain, or center drain. We had a right drain tub. We are changing it to a center drain tub. You have to move plumbing over to do that. That costs thousands of dollars to do that. We had our shower head on one side of the shower. We literally changed it to another side of the shower. That's thousands of dollars to do that. And so many more things. We had an electric stovetop. We changed it to a gas stovetop. That means you have to get a vent hood. That means you have to get ventilation for all that fume and food combustion stuff to go out. We had a lot of stuff. So it was a lot of money to renovate our house. So originally they only asked for 15,000 or something like that to start. We just paid over what they asked for because we already had it. So it was like, oh, here, take this. And then with contracting, most times also, unless you get a contractor, like everything is included, you pay for your materials by yourself. So you have to buy your new tub, you have to buy your new shower heads, you have to buy your new floors, you have to buy your new trims, walls, everything that needs to be replaced. That's material. That's completely separate from the actual labor work itself. But once you start talking electrics and plumbing, that's thousands of dollars. Once you have to get floors changed from a certain type to a different type, that's thousands of, or sometimes hundreds of dollars to do stuff like that. So we did a full renovation. We pretty much didn't keep nothing the same. The upstairs bathrooms, they still had the same structure, but we still replaced the entire tubs. As y'all know, we replaced the toilets, as you guys know. And a lot of that stuff was from the first homeowners. We only had one homeowner that lived there for years. So a lot of the things needed to be upgraded anyway. So there are a lot of things that go into that. So they didn't rob us of the money. The problem came where the job was still not completed. After they did the demolition of our house, they completed that. They got paid for that demolition. The electricity, a few wiring, they still hadn't pulled those wires through. Really, which was only like the lighting. Like we have a few things in the kitchen right now. So we had an electrical technician come out today to give us the quote to finish that. But they already had moved the wires, if that makes sense. So if you like right now, let's just say this was a blank wall and we had to remember we had a fridge on a whole other side. A lot of people don't know. I didn't know. When you have a fridge, you have to have a water that you have to move a whole water line if you move your fridge. That's money. So we moved the fridge from one side of the house to the other side of the house. Had to move a water line. So you see this a blank wall. Now you got a water line down there and you have an electrical plug. So the original people who contracted a home did the demo work. They moved the water line. They moved the electrical socket. However, they did not put the new socket in and connect the fridge to the water line, because obviously the fridge is still in the garage because the floor hadn't been completed. So that's kind of like how that works. There's a lot of things that go into things like this. So it can get overwhelming. I probably will do a first time home owning video, and also like renovation type of thing video, or like things you may not think about as a first time home buyer or a first time renovator, because there's just things that I did not know. Like I'm not knowing if I move a fridge from one side of the house to the other side of the house, it's not just an easy move. I'm not knowing there has to be a water line over there. I'm not knowing now we got to move a plug. I'm not knowing that's $1,000 move just to move a plug. Like those are the type of things. So he had not finished. He did the demo work and was compensated for that. However, there were still heavy duty things that were left to be done that only skilled laborers can do. So when I hired him, it was because he was skilled in everything, electrical and plumbing. So he did not have to go and hire another person to come do some electrical work, or another person come do some plumbing work, or another person come do this, or another person can do that. Him and Mario could literally do everything that we needed them to do. But like I said, he got sick, or I know he started working on other projects, which I was aware of for like 1 or 2 of those weeks. I said it was perfectly fine. We still had months before our lease ended. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not that big of a deal. We had agreed to that. And I'm pretty sure I'm assuming the project probably started taking longer, and then he didn't kind of want to be doing the back and forth. Who knows where the other person's house was? Like you kind of factor those things in. So that's what I'm thinking. And then along the lines, he ended up having COVID and then ended up in the hospital. So that was that. The work wasn't complete. The job was not complete. And we ended up getting somebody else. And then after that, we had to get somebody else, because at that point, that's when things start going left. Because like I said, the biggest thing for me is we wanted to hire people who, if we hire you to install a toilet, you are skilled and licensed or able to move a pipe or move a this or move a that, or know some materials that I need to go get as the homeowner so that you can do your job. Not that, okay, you paid me to do a job, I can't do the job, and now you got to pay somebody else, but you already paid me type of thing. Like that gets kind of hectic. So we started like getting behind with things because that just kept happening over and over and over and over and over again. But the contractors we have now, like they already are skilled with everything, but we're kind of like run out of time because our lease is over. So it's kind of like all this time and now this is what happened. But we're not stressed about it, even though it's like stressful, like overwhelming. Like we just taking it one day at a time. Like at this point, that's all we really can do. And then when you guys suggested the whole DIY thing, I was like, we need to start helping out and doing more, because why not? Like we're fully capable, and things are coming along. I mean, it's tiring and now we see why it's taking a long time to renovate, because it takes a long time to do things, like a long time to do things when it comes to renovation. But is Jori still sleeping with y'all? Oh, in the new home? No. Actually, we just talked about that today. It's crazy. Like literally the last conversation we had was Jori. Now, if she gets out of her bed and comes to our room, I'm trying to decide how we will deal with that because obviously she'll be in a new environment. However, with the bed that they have now, she knows like maybe she thinks like, oh, that's their bed and this is my mommy and daddy's bed, my bed type of thing. And then the bed we're buying is going to be their bed now. And then we'll introduce the bed as their bed. We'll introduce the room as their room. So then maybe it'll be easier for her. But I know it's best to like get her in out of our room, for me and her sake. Cause I just know if she gets sad or something like that, I'm gonna be the one to give in and be like, let her in the bed. I see y'all keeping the ship lap in the bathroom. What you mean? What you mean about that? I see y'all keeping the ship lap in which bathroom? Yes, for modern farmhouse. Yes. Yes. That's a 18,000 for electrical. Yes. Then that's the same exact quote we got for the basement electrical alone. But that it was more in the basement because it's an unfinished basement. So it ended up being the same quote as upstairs because upstairs it was finished and they had wiring. So I guess it's easier to pull the wires around or something like that. But downstairs, if there's no wires to even begin with, now you're doing like full foundation electrical stuff. So yeah, this ish is not for the weak hearted. Blossom and B, that's a lot of work. Did you know what you was getting into? No, I didn't know nothing about none of this. I just knew what I wanted my vision to be, and that's just, what it was. I didn't know the technicalities of what went into doing certain things. I kind of just knew what we envisioned, and then yeah, that's just what I knew. I would have took the wall out myself. And it's funny because at one point Jeremy was like, we was about to do that. But when they told us it's a load bearing wall, like they had to restructure the wall because it's a load bearing wall. So that costs money to do that. Just money, money, money. That's all we kept hearing. Money. Even now, like when I tell y'all this week, I told I said, if you call my phone one more time, or if you text my phone one more time and say go to Home Depot or go to Lowe's, it's so bad that the employee was like, she was like, girl, you in here more than me. They need to pay you. I was like, get me out of this damn store. Like, I mean, Jeremy started going half the time, but it still was bad because I would like take the first. I would take the first. Hold on, right quick, y'all. Hello. Yeah, they're in bed. Yes. They sometimes do, but mm-hmm. 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 That's the same paint. Oh yeah, he did say that. He did suggest that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I text my mom. He said that none of them are coming back until Monday. Yes, that's what he said. And I asked him about the. Yep, that's what he said. And I asked him about the garbage disposal and the sink and stuff. He told me it was 450, and then I said, "Well, take that off the total price." And I didn't receive a response, but yeah, he said Monday they were going to finish. He said just make sure everything was there on Monday. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said. Monday. He said we'll all be back on Monday. He said baseboard trim and I keep saying don't forget these doors because they need to have the handles added. So I'm assuming they're gonna finish that on Monday too. It, he didn't put that on the list. I was waiting for him to text back so I can confirm that with him. It was originally on it's on our original list, the very first list when he gave our price quote. That was on the list. Yeah, and it shouldn't be no issues or no. I mean, all of it should be. Yeah. Um. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah, because like I said, the floor has to be finished for them to even put the fridge in there, put the wine thing in there. All the stuff has to be finished. Exactly. It can't even get added into yes. And they don't we don't even have if they would have had the piece cut, then we could just damn slide the thing in ourselves. I think they do have the piece cut. I mean, we could check in the morning to see and just slide that thing in ourselves. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah. 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 Mhm. Okay. Thank you so much. I know. The floors was in the original quote. So I don't know how much the floors were by themselves because we just got the 38. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Mm. Mhm. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good price. Mhm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, that'd be the problem when they don't be doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I will. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they open at 6. Oh yeah, and the for the bathroom. Oh yeah. Okay. 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 Yes. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. What you doing? Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you all. I'll call me tomorrow when you go because I'm gonna take the girls to cheer and then we'll be over there right after that. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. See you tomorrow. All right, good night. Oh, y'all. Sorry. Oh, somebody had cracked me up in his comments. So, what does her name say? K. This comment right here. It says you work my dog to the bone. When I tell you I was trying to hold back my laughter when I saw this. But let me go back. I think I missed some questions. because I'm way far behind. Sorry for that 10-minute interruption. But Trina said, do I regret ripping out the floors instead of staining them? Absolutely not. I do not regret ripping out those floors. That is probably the best thing I could have ever done. Like if the tile would have been the thick width instead of the skinny old school, like modern farmhouse is not the skinny wooded floors or anything like that. The style of the floors was already problematic, and on top of that, it was mostly carpet, and I didn't want any carpet in the home. So I don't regret. I hate the fact that it was an expensive thing to do, but I don't regret it whatsoever. Like once the floors were actually installed, I finally was like really, really happy. Like, okay, this is starting to feel like our home. Yes, and the water line has to be a certain size, and electricians has to come in for electrical. It snowballs once you renovate. Yeah, for sure. I started learning that the hard way. They need this pipe, that pipe, this small pipe, this medium pipe. What you trying to get, baby? Because you supposed to be in that bed. What happened? Here, take this. Y'all don't know how they're keeping up with this. Good night for the third time. They can't even see because you don't have it in the camera. You want them to see it no matter what? They still can't see. Oh, there it go. They see it now. Don't snatch it from her hand. Lady, y'all supposed to be in the bed. I can't even read the I can't read the comments on it. So the first contract that took your money and ran. No, the first. What are you talking about? Who said the first contract that took my money and ran? No, the only thing I will say is we did make a payment the week before they went on. I don't want to say a break, or when they went to start someone else's. Because I remember him showing me a video picture or whatever it was. Journie and Jiya. What did I say? Jiya. Back in that bedroom. But I remember him showing me the basement that he was gonna start on. Ladies, I'm gonna count to 3. But yeah, in that same week, he was supposed to have moved the bathtub into the bathtub into the master bedroom with the drain and the fire, and started the fireplace. But that was the only thing. But we still had to pay the final balance for everything up until that point. So we didn't pay that balance because obviously he never came back. So yeah, I don't know. He didn't take the money and run. He was a licensed. We didn't have any issues with his work ethic, his showing up skills, his like none of that was ever an issue. Like they were great. However, like I have nothing negative to say about their work. Like their work was amazing. They just didn't come back to finish. They didn't come, so we had to find somebody else. And when you hire contractors, most times when you hire them to do the full job, they'll start throwing in this little thing, that little thing to do because they're already doing the majority of your work. So with the first contractors, a lot of like the miscellaneous things that I asked like throughout the project, oh, how much would it be to do this? Or how much would it be to do that? They start saying, oh, we'll just do it, because they were already licensed and contracted to do the whole project. So once they left, then it became even more expensive because now I have to pay. Since I hired someone else, I don't get the liberty to say, hey, since you're already here, can you just throw in this or throw in that? Because they're doing a smaller amount of work. So they're less likely to say, I'll throw in this or throw in that. You kind of just have to pay what it is. So it's kind of like that's what problems started to arise at this moment. Not while they were there. While they were there, they did what they were supposed to do. Now it's just since they left, the small things that they were going to add once I was changing this or saying, oh my gosh, I thought I just found this picture. Can you do this? Like our pantry inspiration. That was not originally in our, we knew we were moving and we were changing it, but I had not even finalized what the design of the pantry was. However, when I did finalize the design of the pantry, they were going to just do it because they were doing so much other stuff. Then the mud room was going to be a closet until halfway throughout the project. Remember when I said, oh, you guys, I just thought about having a mudroom right here. That's a whole different setup to do a mudroom opposed from that they had to actually build the mudroom out. They were like, oh, we'll just do it. We're already here. So now when they leave and they don't come back, those things that they were throwing in, now I got to pay somebody to do a pantry. Now I got to pay someone to do a mudroom. Now I got to, like, those are the different things that are going on. Like, it's just a lot. And it's hard to explain in blog format and still even in this format, because it's just a lot that goes into it. And you wouldn't really understand unless you fully renovated a home. Not even just small renovated. Like when you fully have renovated and you deal with all the different small details that go into it, like this stuff is not cheap. Like it's not cheap at all. It's not cheap at all. It's not. Maybe she'll sleep with y'all for the first few nights, then she'll want to sleep in the room with her big sisters. I don't know. I mean, hopefully that can be what it is, but everybody has suggested to me to just not let her even sleep there because we just want to get her situated with where she's her new bed. But yeah, so it says right. It's the people who don't own a home that be the most opinionated on home buying. Yeah, because people still saying, why didn't you just find a home that had the finishes that you want? I cannot stress this enough to you guys. If it was possible for us to buy a home that was move-in ready, we would have bought a home that was move-in ready. We were literally fending for our lives with finding a home. Literally, even the first home that we bought and was under contract and we got it clear to close. And actually, the home we have now, I do like this home as a whole better than that home. The only thing I can say about the first home is that home had 4 acres of land. So me and Jeremy were going crazy. We were like, we're gonna put a supermarket back there. We're gonna do this. We're gonna, like, we were thinking, y'all, that was crazy. But and we loved our driveway at the first home. Like we had like a really long driveway. What else? They already had like a shed on the property, like a little shed thing. And we were thinking about like renovating that into like a small, like 1 bedroom, 1 bath, mini kitchen, like little add bonus to the home. But the actual home component, this home is better. Like the room setup is better. The kitchen, we wouldn't have been able to get my dream pantry in that first home. We wouldn't have been able to get the dream, well, not dream mudroom, but we wouldn't have been able to get the mudroom that I wanted in that home. Even my closet option, like my own separate closet, was just sketch. So it was a lot of downfalls. We were going to be still doing a full renovation then, but this is the problem. In the market, and even where it is right now, it is a seller's market. So when we first were looking at homes 2 years ago, and it was more of a buyer's market, you were able, like, sellers were willing to negotiate. They were willing to pay half your closing costs or all of your closing. Most times they were willing to pay all your closing costs. With our first home, they were willing to pay half of our closing costs. When we were closing, they were going to pay half of that. When that didn't go through and the seller decided she didn't want to sell the day of closing, which, like I said, everything happens for a reason. By the time we got our next home and we were in the in escrow with the second home, there was no more the seller is going to offer any half of your closing or even $1,000 towards the close or whatever your closing could have been. But ours was always over $7,000 to $10,000. But they weren't offering nothing at that point. And that was only, we were in clear to close March of last year. We were in clear to close for the second home May. So only a few months apart, and they were already like going crazy. And most people were paying cash for their homes. Most of these sellers were offering or asking for way more than their home was worth. And they were getting it because you were putting contingencies in your fine print that said, if we asked you for $500,000 and our home only appraises for $485,000, our contingency is that you're going to pay us that difference for us to still sell this home to you. So a lot of people who don't own homes or never went through this process, they're not getting that. So let's just hypothetically say your budget for a home is $500,000. You now need to look for homes that is well under what you have been approved for with your pre-approval letter. So we had a pre-approval amount, and when we got our first home was well over $500,000. It was an over $500,000 home. I believe it was $530,000 if I'm not mistaken. However, we got the approval to close with income and everything calculated. We already had to clear to close. Once we went back into the market, we then had to change what we were looking for, because since it was now a seller's market, no one was offering any they were waiving all contingencies within your agreement with the buyer. You literally are telling the seller of the home, I'm going to pay everything, every percentage of this home. And if it does not appraise, which means you can mark your home as whatever you want to mark it. And when it does not appraise, if it does not appraise, I'm going to pay you that difference in cash. Because the bank is only going to give you a loan for what you're approved for. Not to mention, if your debt to income ratio does not check out, you then also have to pay a difference for different things. Like even when we went to clear to close for this time, we had to pay this off, that off. We had to pay a lot of things off in full the day of closing outside of what we had to pay. So when people say, oh, why couldn't you have found the home that our taste in homes is a well $800,000 to $1 million home. So it was impossible, because with that being said, you are now into a jumbo loan. And with the jumbo loan, you have to pay a bigger percentage to get a jumbo loan. Banks do not finance jumbo loans under a certain credit score and under a certain income. So those are different things you have to factor. Not to mention, if the home is really worth, a jumbo loan is anything over $500,000. Remember, our first home was over $500,000, but we qualified, and the seller was going to give us half of closing. We were good to go. When it became a seller's market and they're no longer giving us any money towards closing, and you're asking for more than what your home is worth, and we have to pay that difference to you in cash, we knew that was going to cut into any little thing we wanted to do with the home. So even if it was fix floors in one room or fix this or fix that, that's cutting into our remodeling budget. So we knew we could get approved, but it was going to wipe out all of our savings for the home. And we didn't think that was worth it. I wanted to still have money left over for renovation. It would have been ideal to have a finished basement. However, our sellers actually were one of the more lenient sellers, because our home, they didn't go crazy with their asking. The houses in the neighborhood and the houses around that they could have asked for, that other people were actually buying with unfinished basements, they could have asked for way more. Our sellers could have asked for way more. Thank God they didn't, and we still had enough money left over to renovate and do what we wanted to do. It would have been ideal to find a home, which we did when we were looking. We had 3 top homes, and all the other homes had the floors that I wanted and the color paint that I wanted. Jeremy was really, really against those homes because the other 2 homes had no basement. So that was what it was. The other 2 homes had no basement. So we could have moved into the home with the floors, and we still would have redid the kitchen, redid the bathrooms, redid the other things around the house too. But it had floors that were decent enough. Like some floors that was like, absolutely no, I'm not gonna live with those floors. Some floors are like, okay, that's not really what I wanted, but that's not bad. And then some floors were like, yes, that's what we want. So the other 2 homes, it had no basement whatsoever, and they were like 4 bedrooms, which means we're now saying that Jeremy has no man cave in our forever home. I have no real office closet, because now we have to give a guest bedroom, and we have 3 daughters in our home. So we kind of like had to think about those things. And at the last minute, we just realized having a basement just made more sense. Like we can take the sacrifice and renovate a home into what we want it to be, whatever that sacrifice may be. If we have to not do this or do that, whatever that sacrifice may be, in the long run, we have the space, which we have the space. Our basement is still unfinished, but we have 1,400 square feet to make into something else. So even if that takes us another 4 to 5 months to do the basement, or even a year, it's still our home and we have that space. So we kind of thought more long term than short term, because we knew we would have been complaining. I knew I would have been complaining. And for something we're paying a mortgage for and that we own, we kind of knew, like, ultimately speaking, yeah, we have the paint color that we want. Yeah, okay, these floors are decent, but it's small, it's cookie cutter, and we don't really have, like, some homes, the way they're structured, you can't take out certain walls, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. This home that we have now was the most home that we had to work with actually restructure into something we really like. So a lot of people don't get that, but we got it, and we were the ones who were spending the money. So it kind of came down to us. And it was what it was. It was hard to make these decisions, but we weren't really working with, like, oh, so we got 50 home options, y'all. We can go here, there. Like, we literally were like, this is all we got. Like, literally crying, like, this is all we got. Because every day you'll see a home, and we were seeing homes that we like. We were like, oh my gosh, we see it. We'll call the realtor. Oh my gosh, okay, we see something. Literally on the way there to go look at the home, oh, it's under contract. And it literally just was listed. Literally, it'll be under contract. Because some people were so eager to get a home, they were willing to put in an offer to say, we'll take this home as is, not seeing, waive all contingencies, and we'll pay the difference if your home does not appraise. Immediately when they saw the home hit the market, they would contact their realtor and say, we'll take the home as is. We got so desperate that 2 times we almost did that. And by the grace of God, I'm so happy we didn't, because one home was so gorgeous in pictures. And I called my realtor because she was out of town. She was not able to come. So I told babe, I said, let's just take it as is. Like, the pictures look amazing. And I'm so glad. I was in the area, I believe. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm only 15 minutes away. I said, babe, I'm going to go there. I'm going to FaceTime you. And we got there, no backyard, none. I was like, oh my gosh, we would have put in this freaking offer. We probably would have got it. Because you gotta also put in more than they're asking. Like, this is a lot of things to, like, consider. It's very stressful. It's very, 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 very stressful, extremely stressful process. But when it boils down to it, it's kind of like you just got to kind of weigh your pros and your cons. And yeah, we had to do a full reno. We didn't have to. The house was decent. We could have moved in and waited a year before we did renovations, but I guess it was just our preference. Because we had so many things on the list to change. It was kind of like, why would we move in and just have to deal with putting stuff in storage or doing this when we know all the floors got to come up, all this got to be taken out, Like, it just was a lot. It was just a lot. But we're finally here. This is the last vlog, or why I keep saying vlog? Well, pretty much last vlog footage, whatever you want to call it, in the apartment. And we are going to be moving in soon, in a few days. So I'm excited. Thank y'all for thugging it out with this process, y'all, because whoo. And my realtor, remember, she had to get her whole entire home rebuilt, rechanged. She's still getting her house built, and she started before me. Like, some people, it just takes a while, y'all. These types of things, sometimes it just takes a while, and you just gotta wait it out. I've always been told never to pay contractors up front because they'll quit. They've already gotten their money. Yeah, but sometimes they do ask you for a percentage, and our contractors did ask for a percentage. The only people who didn't ask us for a percentage, like when our gas and stuff was done, they just did the work, and then we paid after. Our countertop, that got, like, he was like, can you please recommend me to people? Y'all, we found him on Facebook Marketplace. We were originally going to go with Home Depot, and their countertops aren't that expensive, but the lady, she didn't help out at all. She was like, oh, because we was going to pay like $300 for countertops, for quartz countertops, the same ones we have now pretty much. And it was $3,300 for everything we had to do. And she was like, oh, it's going to take 8 weeks. And I was like, 8 weeks? She did not help out Home Depot. So Home Depot, if y'all watching, y'all need to get Rose, because Rose did not help y'all out. Rose discouraged me from being a customer, and I did not patronize y'all. Actually, I did patronize y'all. She made me get laminate, and then people start cussing me out saying, girl, don't get that dang on laminate. So then I had to get my refund and find somebody else. And he came in from the time I placed my order with him. I text him on like a Wednesday. he ordered the material the next morning. He was there by next Thursday installing everything, and it came with 2 sinks in the master bedroom. So I love that. But I could never. I would have been DIY from the jump. Now the only thing is, now that I'm like really looking into DIY, like there's a lot of stuff that you could do if you looked it up. Like you could literally do by yourself if you really looked it up. It's just a matter of preference or feeling like doing it or whatever. Cause like some of the stuff I started looking up, I said we could do this. I'm about to wait for these people to get here next week. Let's come on, get the materials. That's how I am. But that's my personality as well. Like, come on, let's figure this out. Like, I'm not gonna sit around here and wait. Like, even the guy when he said, "Oh, we're gonna be back on Saturday to put the tile in." I said, "Can you show me how to cut it? Because I can do it myself." And Jeremy was like, "Girl, get out there." He told me get out the kitchen and stop talking to the man. So he came over and told the man no. I was like, I'm about to get in this kitchen. What are you talking about Saturday? But Jeremy was like, "Stop. You ain't about to do this whole dang our house. We doing a few things. We ain't about to be doing. We paying these people all this money." But I own my home. Just got my porch done, and yes, contractors will try you, especially when they thought it was no. That's crazy. I was just thinking about the whole porch concept, like exterior things that we could do. But yeah, they be thinking a lot of stuff too. Yeah, but the house will be worth more. That is renovated. Yeah, our house will be worth more. We already had what's the word? I can't even think of the word, y'all. I can't even think of the word, but we already had. Dang, I can't even think of the word. But yeah, anyways, somebody told me not to go refinance because our property taxes will go up tremendously once they see, you know, the interior of the home and everything pretty much redone over. But I'm gonna talk to my original contract, like realtor. Once we're done with everything, I'm gonna talk to her, get her opinion, blah blah blah, move from there, and not just make an executive decision prematurely. Can y'all do a deep cleaning blog when you move? Well, we actually hired someone to come in and do a cleaning. So I don't know if we'll be able to do that because, like I said, we have to move in soon. So we had to have somebody come in soon. we had to have somebody come in soon because we pretty much finished painting everything for the most part. The kitchen hasn't been painted and the downstairs office, the pantry hasn't been, because they said they still had to finish trimming, molding. So we were kind of waiting for them, and now that they say, "Oh, we'll be back on Monday," it like pushes back. So that's why we started doing more stuff, because it's kind of like if your contractor said, "Oh, we'll be back this day," and you thinking, "Oh, we'll be here," and then they don't come back to 3 days later, then it pushes you back, and then it can be But the contractors we have now are good. They're really good, so I won't complain. Yeah, but it's not what you spent; it's what it's worth. Just because she spent that much doesn't mean it adds the same amount of value. You had a contractor missing for a month. Wow. But a lot of people have been sending me like their contractor horror stories. They're like, "Oh, if you pay." So that's why it's kind of like you pinch off a little here. You pay, okay, you did this, but it y'all, like, I don't know. I guess moving forward, if we did any contractor work like at another home, I guess it'll be different because we'll kind of know what to expect and how to move and things to pay attention to. But I guess if it's your first time, you kind of just like have to learn from experience. How y'all letting somebody else's house stress y'all out? I know you're not stressed about our house. Somebody said, "Oh, y'all was telling me to mute the live." Oh, y'all wasn't talking about nothing crazy. I would have muted y'all. Trust me. This is not my first rodeo. Been on YouTube, been on the internet. We were just talking about renovations. But when the city come in to reassess the home value, the reno will be for sure. Oh, for sure. I already know our home value is going through the roof. because everything that was on our original appraisal, we've already done. Completely changed, fixed. And then once we finished that basement, oh, for sure. But we didn't really, it wasn't in our plan to sell our first home. We kind of, like I said, wanted to keep it around. What you doing, baby? Bed. Equity. That's the word. Equity. So yes, if your seller sells your home for a certain amount of money, but it appraises for more, then the difference of those two amounts is now the equity you have in a home. And the equity you have in a home, depending on how you financed your home, whatever loan you go through, you can use that equity immediately to refinance your home. So if you end up with $50,000 in equity, you can use all $50,000 depending on how you finance. So there's different, like if you do a conventional loan. So most times conventional loan allows you to take your equity and refinance your home. But the equity now, we didn't use our equity to, we had a decent amount of equity, but we didn't use it to refinance. We just used our own personal money. It's obvious some people have never renovated. House contractors are expensive. And yeah. Now, outside of looking at floors, I think moving forward, if purchasing stuff, I would think about the electrical stuff. That is what really adds up. And when we had a contractor come and give us a quote at our first home when we were under escrow. We already had someone come and give us a because we wanted, like I said, our kitchen was so small, y'all, and we literally had like one of the standard type of pantries, like no room pantry, like it was just like the open the door and the shelves pantry. And I was trying so hard to figure out. We were even contemplating moving the kitchen from one side of the house to the whole other side of the house. It was just a lot because that's how small the kitchen was. So we were like, oh my gosh, maybe if we cut the kitchen wall out. Why you can't see the TV? Huh? I think y'all just looking for any reason to come out here. Because I hear y'all TV. I hear the TV, so why y'all can't see it? Okay, we'll go turn it on. Bye-bye. Thank you. Ladies, y'all have cheer in the morning. Go ahead. Because y'all have cheer. And y'all don't need to be tired. Y'all have y'all first performance very soon. And I need y'all to be energized. Yes, very soon. Go ahead. Girl, that's not how it works. You can't just be tired and get some water. That's not how it works. You got to be energized. So go ahead. Because it's past y'all's bedtime. If y'all don't know that her renovations will add more value to the home once she sell it, y'all need to not speak on her renovations. Chill out, she's talking on the phone. She upgrading electrical plumbing is great. Resell the time by with paper. Keesha out of here. Why something that's supposed to. Put that down and go in that bed. I'm not gonna tell y'all again. Journie Dior. Go back in your room. Go. Or I'm gonna go turn the TV off completely. Have y'all kids gone back to school? Our kids? Or are you talking to the people in the chat? Have y'all kids gone back to school yet? You must not be talking about me because you think you talking to. Are you talking to me? Tamara, what are you talking about? Keesha, out of curiosity, why something as simple as saying you had ordered your bed in a previous vlog? This is what I be talking about. Y'all be worried, unless you're gonna give me that money for the bed. What do y'all be worried? What do y'all be even coming up with sometimes with some of the things that be coming out your mouth? Y'all don't even be making sense y'all dang on self. The bed, we found our master bed. That's all you need to know. We found our master bed. We know exactly what master bed we're gonna get. Exactly what master bed we're gonna get. Period. Like, period. I don't understand. Like, what are you talking about? I built a new home. Yes, it was stressful. I renovated. Second home ideas were mapped out and planned before I contact anyone. Contractors get confused and don't have time to constantly change directions. Yeah, that's great for you, Miss D. I'm glad that worked out for you. This is why instead of putting her down, y'all should have been. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even understand what is the dilemma about this renovation process. Y'all are more stressed out than me. My daughter does go back to school. Oh, she doesn't go back to school till September 6th. Are you must be in like New York area, because I know they be going back later. Where are you at? JMO? Is it more expensive to renovate or just build a house as you would like it? I guess it really just depends. The only reason we did have options to build a house, but so we knew when our lease ended, so we always um when we were looking for the homes, we were like, okay, what home will give us practical renovation timeline that will be done by the time our lease ends, or based off the building. But most times with building, they'll give you a timeline, and it's a long period of time, and some of them don't go, like, depending on what model of the home you want. Like, we found a home that we really love in a great neighborhood, but the phase of that home was not going to start being built until like the end of whatever time frame I was looking at, and then it was pointless to even go into that. Okay, go back in the room then. Okay, go back in the room. Y'all making anything? Y'all just come. Yeah, y'all just coming out here just saying anything to me. And you bring your elephant because you thought you was about to get cozy. Macy Brown says, I don't think no one is denying that a renovation adds value. They're just saying this is unorganized and a mess. It's just a process. I think for me, this is how I think for me, and I can't tell anybody else what to think for them. I heard what you said. Now go in your room. The thing for me is, if something does, for instance, there are plenty of people right now who could be doing home renovations. I know people who are doing home renovations and stuff like that in real life. If it does not directly affect me, I don't care. Like, I think that a lot of people keep getting so invested in so much, but the thing about it is, don't read in too deeply or get so heavily involved with your feelings about it, because it's honestly not that deep. Like, it's just a home renovation. And a lot of y'all are making it more. The only thing you all should really worry about is, are we happy? If we're genuinely happy, if the process, like, we're literally almost at the finish line, we're about to move in. The whole how we got here doesn't matter. Like, just celebrate and say, I'm so happy this is finally over. If it was chaotic, if it was stressful, if it was whatever it was, we are finally here. The end goal has been reached. We can celebrate, we can cheers, we can say kudos, Keesha, like, y'all did it. Like, that's really all that matters. The only people who should be stressed or whatever should be the homeowners themselves, the people who are helping us move. Like, the people who have been at our help, our family, everybody who's been helping us these last few days, especially, aren't calling us or asking us all these tiresome questions about things, and they're physically at the property helping or chipping in or whatever it may be. And the people on the internet feel so entitled, like, this is like all over the place. Like, it's not all over the place. You're making it all over the place because you're just trying to be so invested. We bought a home, we got contractors, things happen, and here we are. We can't dwell on things that, like, we just can't dwell, you guys. We're here to say goodbye to this apartment and say cheers to moving into the house. That is it. That is all. Why are we worried about a bed? Why are we worried about a bed? With we're working with a company, if you really want to know, and we have the mattress for the bed. That's what I'm referring to. The actual bed itself, we know what bed we're getting. The bed was going to be here in 3 days, so we just are saving it until we physically get there, because there was no point to get the bed there, and the whole garage is filled with trash, and we got to still move. It's a lot that goes into it, but when we show you guys the whole home, it want nothing. Who cares about this, how we got the bed? Just as long as we got the bed. Like, why are y'all worried about things like this? This is the type of stuff that can be frustrating or make people not want to share things about the process. It was a very hectic process for the last few months. The first few months were beautiful. Like, they were soaring. Our first contractors, it was soaring. It wasn't stressful until about May. No, really June. When we came back from Antigua, that's when things got hectic. What month is this? Is it August or September? It's August. June, July, August. We've been renovating since February. February, March, April, May, June. 5 months of it was smooth. So how was this such hectic and all over the place if for 5 months of this process it was, baby, going, didn't I say going that wrong? I don't understand why I'm telling you guys 3, 4, 5. Let me call Daddy. Go in y'all's room and finish watching Ladybug, or I'm going to turn off the TV. No, because y'all are going to bed. So I'm not going to change it to anything else because y'all are going to bed, baby. Y'all have to wake up early for cheer. So y'all not going to stay up all night long. I'm so sorry. You can't stay up all night long watching TV. So go lay down with what's on there because it's about to pause in a second anyways, right now. And y'all, look what just popped up. My reminder. You see, these are the types of things that I think about for my kids. Sight word books, because we're trying to get the girl stuff situated the fastest in the house, because since they aren't able to go to public school because their birthday's falling in December, which sucks in Georgia. If those are the rules for you in your state, y'all, it's so stressful. But yeah, so we're gonna have to do private homeschooling. So I'm gonna be ordering their books because school started this week for people in Georgia. So since we're moving and stuff, like I still want to get all their school materials and everything like that so they can actually start focusing and get everything organized. So if anything, the girl stuff has to be, because it's like I said, it's a lot especially when we're not even bringing most of this furniture, or most of it is going, because some of this, like these couches, I think it's gonna be in the basement somewhere. So it's gonna be in the garage. It says I just talked about homeschooling. Oh, so you're gonna homeschool yourself, your child. So are you doing like, because someone else told me to be the homeschool teacher, and I'm like, is that process like you just say, hey, I'm the homeschool teacher, and you just do your own curriculum, or are you going through like curriculum through your district? Like, how does that process work? Because I kept getting that recommendation to me, and then someone else suggested that I just have a private school teacher come in. And then some people also do like private homeschooling, and then like they'll have 5 to 6 students and stuff like that. So I was thinking, but I was like, let me just go ahead and get the curriculum books that they need. So I'm going to order those tonight before right when I get out this live, because I think that would be like the best for the girls to still, even though they can't physically go to the preschool. I want them to be into the kindergarten curriculum already before they even get there. Tamir, do you know the vlogs are recorded days before posting? She can't. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't care about nobody else's bed. Like, I don't know what these people want from me at this point. Yeah, I don't really know what these people want. But mine go back on the 18th, which doesn't make sense because that's a Thursday. I remember going back one school year in the middle of the week. I don't know where, but I know a lot of people, like in Georgia, they said they were starting kids earlier because they were because people have been missing so much school because of COVID and the pandemic and stuff like that. So that's why they started them earlier. You never get the notifications. I know, it's so weird. That's why I be trying to make posts, because I know people don't get the notifications. And sometimes YouTube, you'll click it on and then YouTube will turn it right back off. I don't know, it'd be really weird. It says all middle and elementary school kids have to wear uniform. What? I keep missing. What state are you in for the uniform? Do y'all agree with uniforms? I never wanted to wear uniforms as kids. I know a lot of people who I've been talking to lately, like now that I'm a mom and I have mom friends, they prefer uniforms for their kids because they say it's easier. Like, you don't have to worry about like finding clothes or buying school clothes. You literally just buy a couple of uniforms and it's a done deal. I know when I was in school, I didn't like it. Now, while the girls are in elementary, I guess it wouldn't be that big of it. I guess for high school, I wouldn't want them to wear uniforms. I kind of would prefer for them to like have their own style and personality and stuff like that. Because that's a big restriction. Like, that's a big restriction, but maybe I'm thinking too deep about it because I just didn't want to wear a uniform. But I know maybe in elementary school wouldn't be that big of a deal for me because it's like, oh, they're not even thinking about what they're wearing. They don't care about their clothes. But I remember as far as early back as second grade, I remember literally getting up, getting my first day of school outfit. And I honestly vividly remember my first day of school outfit from second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade. I don't remember sixth. I don't remember seventh. I don't remember eighth. I do remember ninth. I don't remember 10th. I don't remember 11th. And I don't remember senior year. Dang, how could I forget senior year? But I for sure remember ninth grade because I'll never forget my name. I wasn't given a homeroom. So when I got there, I had to sit in like this little open area. I guess I was in the honors program at Douglas. And I remember we had like this little open area where the students were waiting to get like a homeroom assignment in all their classes. And I'll never forget the magnet coordinator came by and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know we had a new this new senior," because she was the magnet coordinator, but she specifically really worked hands-on with like seniors. And she came up to me and she was like, "Oh, I missed one of my seniors. What's going on? What's going on? Who are you?" And introduced herself to me. And I was like, "Oh, I'm a freshman." And she was like, "Really?" She's like, "You sure you want to wear those shoes?" I'll never forget it because all the senior girls wore like the heels to school. Like you never really saw ninth grade, 10th grade, or sometimes 11th grade girls wear heels. But I had on heels, like heels, my first day of. And I actually wear heels almost every day. Like I literally wore, and that was a big school. Like that was a big school. And she was like, "Oh my gosh." But yeah, I had on a black dress and I had on my silver little heels, y'all. That was, and all my little jewelry. Days. Those were the days. I love my first days of school. Um, but do y'all remember y'all first day of school? Her biggest supporters are her haters. I hope not. I hope my biggest supporters are my lovers. Cause the people who are I think to me, I'm kind of like this whole house process, people for so long were like, "Oh my gosh, she said she got a house and she doesn't have a house." Then it's like, "Oh, you get a house. Oh my gosh, she bought a house, but this house is only worth this much and it looks like this and da da da. It looks like trash. She could have got this or she could have got that. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're renovating everything. Everything you see here won't be here when we move in." And it's still like millions of videos. Oh my gosh, did you zoom into her tub? Did you zoom into her toilet? Did you zoom into her floors? She got this, da 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 da. Now all the new things are in. Where are those videos? Where's the zooming in saying, "Wow, her tub looks nice, her toilets, her this, her that." It's always, "Oh, she's doing all these DIYs. Oh, her contractors are terrible. Oh, this is messy. Oh, this all over the place." It's just people put themselves through stress that they don't need to put themselves through over and over again because they're kind of like, what? Like like, and me in real life, I will cut you off if it's like if you do too much. But it's like the people who watch me, unless I block them, of course, like I can't do that. And I think I struggled for so long with my YouTube platform because it's kind of like, what? And like, if you were my friend in real life, I don't have friends where I have like none of my friends at all would ever have a conversation with me about a celebrity, a social media person, or whatever, saying that they got a bed or did they get a bed or anything about a home. Like that's not the type of conversations I have because those type of things, they don't interest me, or I don't care in that capacity to really just be so heavily invested negatively about someone's journey. Like when I watch people's journeys or whatever it is, I try to find like the positive things about it. Like I try my best. Even if I'm watching YouTube creator content, I know how it is. Like I know exactly how it is being someone who lives under a microscope. So it's kind of like you deal with what comes with the territory in a sense, but you still, as a content creator, I'm still allowed to like question people who really don't think with any like if you really feel like I'm not allowed to change my mind or I'm not allowed to do this or I'm not allowed to do that. I literally have never said on this platform that I was perfect. And still to this day, people will literally try to nitpick. And at this point, it's kind of like I'm over it. I'm used to it. That's why I'm not deleting or blocking anybody right now, because I don't care. I don't care. All I know is I don't care. Like this, no one went through the journey or went through this process or have to deal with the stress of contractors or have to, like, I cannot. And a lot of people also say, well, we tried to tell you. Like, I hate when people say that, because it's one thing for you to say, like, I don't like a I told you so type of person. Like, I'm not that type of way. Like, people, I've given people advice before and they didn't take it and things went completely left. But I'm not a I told you so kind of person. I'm a kind of like, this is not the time and place to be talking about I told you so. But also, people have to get, like, understand there's thousands of people who watch me on a regular. That means there's hundreds of people who have opinions about what I should do. If I literally looked at my comment section and took the opinion of every single person, I would get nowhere fast. So I always have to make executive decisions about either trusting my own gut, going through whatever experience, and not even just with the house. I'm talking about whatever it could be. I'm talking about even if I'm just choosing my bathing suit for the beach and somebody may say, I want you to wear the pink one, but I want you to wear the blue one. Well, I don't like neither one of those, Keesha. You need to wear the yellow one. That's kind of what I deal with as an influencer. So with this house particularly, when, like, there are a lot of commentary, feedback, suggestions, and things like that. And it's kind of like, even when we decided what the bed was, I decided I'm not going to share the bed. We know what the bed is. We already decided the bed. We got the bed. The bed is not going to change. Like I said, once we started shipping, that it was going to be delivered within 2 days. I'm like, well, let me just wait, because let me just wait. We don't have any space to put a whole bed. And when we ordered the bed, we were paying for them to go ahead and install it. Anyways, I didn't share it because I felt as though, oh, that's the bed. Oh, I want you to get this bed. Oh, I want. When we share what we got in our house, that is it. That is all. And y'all probably won't even really see the bedroom like that anymore. A lot of things gonna switch up when we move. It ain't gonna be the apartment living. This is gonna be our baby, our home. So it's not gonna be how it was. The house is going to be, and our expectations of the home are going to be completely different from the expectations of apartment living. This furniture, half the stuff we got here, this was just for temporary living. We are now have graduated into adulthood for real, into home ownership, and we're going to treat that as such. So it is going to be thought and time put into every single thing, every single detail of the home. And that's just kind of like what it's going to be. And we are going to make those choices, and we're going to stand by those choices and those decisions. And it's going to be what it's going to be. I don't owe any explanations about this, that, and the third, because half the time when people keep trying to say this or that, when we run the footage back, then they be looking like Boo Boo the Fool. And then they be like, oh, yeah, I didn't really mean that. And yeah, Keesha, you're always running about the naysayers. And it's kind of like, no, it's like I'm looking at everybody. I'm giving everybody a fair chance to leave a comment and express their concerns or opinions or whatever. But it's also to my discretion. Just, I'm almost 30 years old. No one's going to sit on this platform and tell an almost 30-year-old woman what to do with a house that they work really hard. Like, when I say work my ass off for, like, I'm on my hands and knees every single day these last few days, on my hands and knees, cleaning and wiping and painting and this and that. And like, this is something that we take pride in. And this has been the most exciting, emotional, overwhelming experience for us. First time home ownership. But I don't really sit with people who do the whole nitpicking and the, like, my own friends, my family, they're not calling my phone talking to me about no bed or no contractors. They're like, what can we do, sis? My friends who calling my phone and texting my phone, hey sis, what you need? How can I help? How can I be of assistance? I'm not saying that y'all need to be of assistance. Y'all don't know me in real life, but I'm saying, unless you have something positive to give to something in life, don't give that negative stuff. People don't have to receive that. I don't have to receive the negative naysayers, because like I said, all it is negativity. That's why I wasn't worried when people were zooming in on a tub that wasn't going to be there. Like, y'all zooming in on a bathtub that's about to be chopped out. Like, what are you getting so offended about a bathtub that I'm never going to even be sitting my hiney in? My kids won't be sitting their hiney in. Like, you get so bent up out of shape on social media as a whole. And I've seen this time and time again when I read, not even just my comment section. I'm talking about just reading the comment section on other people's platforms and just seeing stuff. And I'm like, this is what people really have their time and energy in. I wonder what their real lives look like, because the stress that I'm under right now, how overwhelmed I am right now in my life, I don't even have time to look at somebody else and try to do that. I don't. So it's kind of like at this moment, like I'll be 29 in a few months. This year went by so fast. And this is going to be a big year for me, because the thing that me and Jeremy have decided to do for our birthdays this year is really life-changing, really it's going to be something that, like, where life kind of happens in full circle type of thing. Like, that's what this is about to be for us. And within that time leading into this, it's kind of like I'm trying to be very deliberate with my choices, my just overall, my aura. I want to protect that as much as possible. I want to make sure that as much as I give on the internet, I don't let it take so much from me. Like, the only thing I can do is live, and I can't help if other people aren't on that same momentum. I can't help if other people don't see life the way I see life, or don't see, positivity like I see positivity. It's okay to have questions or opinions. No one is silencing that. As an influencer, I love that. I love when y'all give me feedback. Like I said, everybody was all in the comments of the vlog. Girl, don't change them vents. Spray paint, spray paint. I was like, light bulb. Boom, let's go get this spray paint. Boom, what else can we do? That's how I am in life. Like, what else? What else? What else? Like, I love doing that. Like, what else can I do? And and thoughts kept rolling in, and things kept rolling in of things we can do. But I just feel as though, like, I think that a lot of people just try to find the negative stuff so much. And I don't want to say just with my platform, but it's just like, just the stupidest. Like, I remember a few weeks ago, somebody was blowing my business phone up. Like, girl, you said that you was doing a backhand spring in the video, and there was no backhand spring. I was like, I pulled up the video, went to the very part this person was talking about, screen recorded and sent it to them, and I said, now, does this say, did you hear me say backhand spring, or did you hear me say back walk over? Oh, well, then it's an excuse. But then people say Keesha doesn't take accountability. But when I put things in people's face every single time, it never fails. Like, oh, okay. Or understanding that I can give only but so much that I want to give. I don't have to share every aspect of every detail of my life. I know a lot of people want so much from me, but I have to limit that, because it can be draining to have to give or receive so much feedback, so much opinion. It's a lot for me, because I have a control issue. I like control for my life. I like to control what I do, how I do it, how things are going. And when things are not in control for me, that is a weakness for myself. Like, I have been working on that myself, because it's like, I can't control everything. I can't control other people. I can't control mostly other people. Like, I control myself. I can't even control my kids for the most part. Things are unpredictable. Things happen. Our vanity upstairs is supposed to be installed, living his best life right now. I can't control the fact that it came damaged. I can't control that. I can't control that it took them a week and a half to give me a refund, and I still haven't received it. They just processed it yesterday. I can't control if a contractor doesn't show up on Saturday when they said, hey, we'll see you tomorrow at 12, and now they're telling me they'll be here on Monday. I can't control that. So the things that I can control, I try to focus in on those things. I try my best to say, this is something that I have complete control over. So work on Keesha. And the things that I don't, let's deal with those things accordingly. Or how can we make a different choice next time? I'm also someone who learns from my mistakes. I'm not someone who says or acts oblivious or naive to mistakes that I may make in life. Other people, they will make the same mistake over and over again, because when life gives them a lesson, they don't learn from it. Me, I rarely make the same mistake twice. Very rarely. And I'm talking about with like real life things that I do. If I have been hard-headed or whatever it may have been. I'm like, okay, bet that just happened. I gotta take it to the chin, and next time that won't happen again. That was on me. That's just how I am. But I can't dwell on negativity. I just can't. And it's just not in me at all. So with that being said, this vlog is to celebrate a new chapter, a new beginning. It's not I'm not really swayed by the impact of anybody who's asking questions, good or bad, because to be honest, like I said, regardless, no one, when this camera cuts off, no one who's watching this is going to have to wake up tomorrow and get to this house and continue working on it for the move-in date. No one. So I can't let other people's opinions or feelings about things. No, if I decide tomorrow to change the master bed that I just told y'all right now, that we've made a concrete decision, we're getting this bed, and as soon as we get in the house, we can be able to press order, get the bed. We're already working with a company that sent stuff. And that's also another thing. My manager has been getting me some things with companies because she knows about the whole renovation. That's big things for companies, which I do have. Speaking of, I need to make sure the other company, I need to find that box. But anyway, so the master bed, there's a part of it that's a sponsorship. I just haven't been able to share those things because the sponsorship hasn't happened. So there's a lot of things where it's kind of like just wait it out, or just, I don't know what to say, y'all. I don't know what to say, but I do appreciate all the positive feedback. And if there's any other helpful critiques that you all have with the final stages, people have been sending me things. When I told you guys about the fly issue, people were sending me things. When I told you guys about somebody sent me this what was it? Somebody sent me, it was some type of device for my front porch. Somebody sent me that. People have just been sending me things, and I really appreciate all of those things. Like I look at those things and I do respond to you guys. And if I don't and I do get or do what you suggested, then I will give you a shout out to say thank you so much. I really do appreciate y'all. But y'all, I just want to make sure that, we just continue. Like I don't mean no harm, y'all. I don't know. I'm not 12. I'm not 12. So for dinner we had Zaxby's. Jeremy went and got Zaxby's. It's speaking of Jeremy, I forgot all about that. Ask him that right now while it's on my brain. But yeah, they don't have to live there. People literally pick apart everything Keesha does in this stash. She can't even share Journey because perfect patties want to talk down to her. But yeah, none of that really matters, y'all. I got to get off because I do want to watch one of my shows before bed. I've been watching Love Island. I told you guys I started watching it. I haven't been able to keep up because of being at the house every day. But I do want to check that out. When it's all over, it will be so rewarding. Yes, y'all. It would, like, the paint just makes such a difference. Like, it looks so much better. It looks so much more inviting, welcoming, bright. I just love it. I cannot wait. Like, I love it, love it, love it, love it. You guys are getting it done despite all the delays, and you will be able to see your accomplishments. Yes. Is there a hole in the floor for your tub yet? No. So that was another delay. That was another reason why I was like, you know what, F it. We're gonna have to push back the housewarming, because originally with the contract we have now, we sent him a list. We was like, okay, this is stuff that need to be finished, and we were like installing the tub. So there was a little bit of a discrepancy with that, because, and it's okay, things happen. And that's why I'm also making sure, like, with renovation, you got to be so specific with contractors, like so specific. So the contractor, he thought when we said installing the tub, he thought the drain was physically already out of the thing. So what had happened was the contractors number two, y'all, they put the entire bathroom floor down like 2 weeks ago. The entire bathroom floor. Now, when they came to put the bathroom floor in, I told them specifically, I said, only put up into this right here because they have to well, he at that moment, it was gonna be him, install this tub for the drain. I said, here's the drain, here's the tub, sitting out there in the bedroom. I said the previous contractor already moved the pipe over, so it was no longer a right pipe, it was a center pipe. Okay, Keesha, we got it, blah, blah, blah. I come in the next day, the tile was in. Then I didn't think nothing of it. Then I walked back out and came back up the stairs, and I said, I saw the tub. And I said, why is the tub out there and the towel is in? I said, you put the towel in. And he was like, oh, no. All we have to do is cut the hole for the drain to go over it. I'm like, okay. So then the next day we came again. I was like, don't forget to cut that hole so we can go ahead and, the only reason I'm thinking the tub is still sitting out there is because there's no grout. They just put the towel in. I said, so don't forget to cut the hole. And he was like, when you have your guy come in here and do it, then it's so easy. Like all they're gonna do is cut, and I'm like, your guy? Who is your guy? Who's my guy? I was like, who? So I was like, who's my guy? Who are you talking about? And he was like, the guy who's gonna put the drain in for the tub. I was like, that's you. But like, what are you talking about? That's what what are you talking about? So he was like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. And I was like, then why'd you put all this tile right here? So now somebody got to pull all the tile back up. So now fast forward, that was stressful. So fast forward with the current contractors, when I said install the tub, they thought the drain was just already bloop. You can just connect it, bloop, and we done. So they had finished with a lot of stuff, and he was like, oh, the water is running upstairs. They installed the faucets and the sinks, and the tub was installed. So he comes through. He do a walkthrough after his guys do work. He does a walkthrough with me because he like, oh, we ain't playing that. So he does a walkthrough, shows this is working. So I don't have no discrepancies. So I was like, oh, so when are you all going to install the tub? Like when are you guys going to install the tub? And he was like, oh, we would have to cut the towel out because the guy your last guy put the towel in. So it's not that big of a deal because I'm not going to let it be that big of a deal. It's annoying because I told him not to put that towel right there. So now they got to cut. And it's not that much towel they got to take. I think they got to take out 2 pieces. However, we don't have extra 2 pieces completed to even replace. If we had that, then it'll be like, okay, whatever. We can just they can put the towel right back down. But since we don't, that means I would have to order another box. So that is, so long story short, yeah, the tub isn't in there. But they said they can do it next week. So we just got to pick a day next week for them to come and do that. It's just like little things. But like I said, effectively being able to communicate with your contractors, that's key. That's green flags, like over and over again. But I thought I had been doing a good job because when I say I'm very particular, like when I say, if you look at my conversations with my, like I have paragraphs, I have diagrams, I'm very descriptive. I write things out. Obviously, the ones we have now speak predominantly Spanish. So even the guys who physically work in there, they predominantly speak Spanish. So whenever like we're having discrepancies, they got to call the main guy, and he speaks English, but the first contractor we had spoke like they spoke clearer English, so we didn't really have too many issues. So it's kind of like that can also hinder things as well. But it's gonna be installed, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. New homes are not always better. My best friend had a home built put the perp hole on it backwards. I could see everything in her house. The railings had to be replaced and her son's window fell. Yeah, and our other friends had a home built completely, and we were just sharing stories like our contractors did. Like, y'all already know when we were just with the Curly Coopers. So yeah, Curly Coopers, we were getting our home renovated, and we were on a trip talking about, oh, when we come back, we got to and they were saying, oh, we just finally finished our house, and then they were telling me all the things they had to deal with. So I guess it's just the luck of the draw. You just gotta look up with the process. I love that y'all are doing some of it yourselves. Yes, like I'm so happy that we finally were able to, do some of the things. But yeah, now I'm kind of over it. We do have plastic on the floors. You talking about, like yesterday we had brown paper over the floors when we were painting it. Now Jeremy didn't put no plastic in the bare minimum, like the like the middle of the floor. But the only reason why he didn't do that at first is because he wasn't thinking he was going to do the ceiling, and then when he came back and did the ceiling, it kind of like ricocheted back. But we're getting it the floor stained. But after that, we knew, okay, that means all the floor has to be covered, not just where the wall is. You kind of just learn as you go, y'all. Not that big of a deal. What state would y'all choose for the first house you own? Well, any state outside of Atlanta would be Texas. The fireplace had me in total shock. Oh yeah, that was. I mean, it don't look like that no more, but yeah, it's just a lot of. Like I said, it's a lot of different things. You have to be very detailed and patient, with with this whole process. Do you still think it's cheaper than buying an already renovated home? Like I said, it just depends on what your budget is. Our home costs X amount of dollars. The renovation process for it costs X amount of dollars. I could have bought a home and still had to pay that difference in the down payment of the home, if that makes sense, with no renovations added. Or you could find a home and then did some things. But the difference between buying a home that you can renovate, depending on what needs to be renovated, you can take your time. So we chose to renovate those 2 floors full out. Other people probably wouldn't have done that. Other people would have probably moved in, did the kitchen, went some months, did a few bathrooms, went some months, stuff like that. So in the long run, you can determine how you spend your money. However, if you bought a home that already had everything and all your money was going to be put into that home, then it would have just been put. But like I said, it just depends. It just depends. It really just depends. It just depends. I renovated my home and did one space at a time, so it will be exactly what I wanted. Yeah, just what I said. Some people do one room at a time. I bet your film room is going to be bomb. Yes, yes. So we had someone come and give us a quote. They haven't started being able to build anything. Of course, we had to paint, but we have an attic, y'all. We have an attic in that room, and the lady realized at the last minute when she did my diagram and everything, so she had to come back out. She said she's gonna have to come back out, remeasure, and see if the floor to ceiling thing that I'm getting installed is gonna compromise the attic, and then we'll have to redo the whole diagram. But it's gonna get done, so I'm not gonna even do anything like stressed out about it. No, we didn't have plumbing issues at the home. No, we didn't have plumbing issues. The plumbing for our home was expensive because we moved plumbing, not because they had plumbing issues. Our plumbing was where it needed to be. All faucets worked, all tubs, all sinks, all laundry, all the plumbing in the home 100% worked. Plumbing is expensive if you have to move pipes. Once you have to cut into a floor and move a pipe over, that is very expensive. Even with our toilets, that's why we couldn't keep our toilets. We decided to change our toilet to a completely different toilet once we realized they wanted to move those pipes. It was going to be $1,000 just to move all 3 pipes upstairs toilets for the toilets we originally bought. We had those Swiss Madison almost $300 toilets. We have 4 Swiss Madison $300 toilets, y'all. The nice toilets. And they start talking about, oh, we got to move pipes over just to get that toilet because it's a flat back toilet. $1,000 to install these $300 toilets, and I can go back and go get a 2-piece toilet. Please send the thing on back. So we thought we were going to be able to still install one of them for the downstairs, and then they tried to install that 2 days ago. Didn't work either. So we had to literally leave in the middle of them doing the project, go buy a toilet. Jeremy and me went to go buy a whole nother toilet, and yeah. So plumbing is expensive when you have to move pipes. Mostly that's what it is. So we didn't buy a home that had plumbing issues, or I mean, some lights were out. So I don't want to say it had electrical issues, but like we had like some lights in the kitchen and one he'll flick it and I didn't see one light come on or whatever like that. Like even right now in this or maybe that's just because I don't got that light turned on. Maybe that's why. I would say one light not on, but I think that light turns that light on. But yeah, so it's just tedious things you think about. Yeah, my closing was freaking Just as I bought last year, and it was not buyer's market at all. They offered nothing towards closing. I'm in Florida. Yeah, I was so mad. I tried so hard. I was like, can you offer $500 towards this closing? No. They said no. My grandparents did that. Yeah, I'm about to get off anyways. It's 11:17. Like I said, I want to go at least watch one show. I really appreciated y'all. I know for the most part, y'all are really excited. And I know everybody, whether you're excited or not, is going to be tuning in to see the big reveal. And whether you're happy for us or you're not happy for us, I'm just grateful to God that He even gave us the opportunity to own a home, that our daughters are going to be in a home. Like, I'm just grateful to God for that. I'm not worried about the small things or like the journey to get here. Like, there are so many things that are going wrong in this world. Every time I get on social media, I have literally not been getting on social media, like, because it's just so draining. Every time I get on there, like I got on there yesterday and somebody was on live crying. This man was crying. I think he was crying because the girl cheated on him. So he I don't even want to say the word. I don't want to get flagged, but decided to the baby. It was three kids, and then he took his own self afterward on live. Like, every time I get on there, there's so many different circumstances. Like, people's health. Like, if you've ever even had a cold, like when I have a cold, I be thinking it's the end of the world. I can only imagine being diagnosed with chronic illnesses or losing a loved one, or, there's just so many different things that are going wrong every single day. So just the fact that God is still giving us grace to live every single day and give us a chance to, right our wrongs, or, make better choices, or give unto others, do right by others, and just, be the people He put us here to be. Like, that's what I'm grateful for. So I don't really care. Like, I'm not really, like I said, I'm not phased at all. If people are any of the negative people, I'm not phased. I'm not phased at all. I'm just taking this day by day, because at the end of the day, we could literally have completely different circumstances when you wake up tomorrow. And then my bed wouldn't matter to you no more. It wouldn't. Whether we move in tomorrow or next year wouldn't matter to you no more. It wouldn't. Whether we paint and decide to cover our floors or never cover our floors, it wouldn't matter to you at all if you woke up and your life literally was shifted completely. So it's kind of like I just want to live in gratitude as much as possible, because there are so many people whose lives are just altering for the worse. Like that lady who was she wasn't even drunk. Did y'all see that story? Let me scroll to the bottom of these comments. Let me go all the way to the bottom. Did y'all see that lady who was driving because she was upset with her boyfriend, and she literally took the life of a pregnant woman, a baby, and her boyfriend? And I think it was 8 victims total. Did y'all see that? And they said she could potentially be face 90 years of prison. Did y'all see her? The nurse? Yes, the nurse. Yeah, even if we sleep on the floor, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? But did y'all see that? You see how your life could change like that. That's why I try my best. And it's hard. You have to just practice what you preach. That's the only advice I can give. You have to literally wake up every day and make an executive decision to be positive and to receive positivity. Like, I used to let the little comments, the little naysayers, like I used to like, it's getting to me. Now I can't even take myself to a low level where I get so caught up with my day that, I could literally be driving down the street and some ER nurse could be about to take her life because of her boyfriend. And then, God, like, anything could happen these days. Anything. Y'all saw that? Like, it's crazy. Oh, it says that was right in your city. She was holding her phone out the window. What? Y'all saw a video of it? Who saw a video of it? Y'all saw a video? I didn't see the video. I just saw the story report. Yes. Oh, see, you saw the video? Where y'all see the video? Oh, I don't even think I won't even look, because knowing that was an innocent. Ooh, I can't even. When I even saw the father of the child, I was like, I can't. This is why I can't get on social media. Really, y'all saw the video? I didn't know there was a video. She was recording. What? Y'all are kidding me. And she's alive, crying in court. She's alive, crying in court. You just, what? I did not know there was no video. It's another video on here. A woman was bleeding. She killed her kids because the father wasn't paying her any attention. What? See, 90 miles an hour in a 30-mile-per-hour stretch of road. And you just never know. Like, you never know. If there's any, like, social media can be so draining, but it also has been one of the biggest things that has helped me over the last few months. Like I said, this is not something I had to like grow into this. I think I'm just, as I get closer to 30, like, things that bother me in my younger 20s, like, it don't bother me or faze me like it used to. Like, I distinctively remember like letting little things bother me and get to me. But now I'm like, girl, I don't care. Like, what? Like, there are people who are doing, and she was so sober. She killed kids because the father won a custody battle. Oh my gosh. Hey, Chanel. Social media does impact mental health. I think, and also that's another thing. I think a lot of people, not everybody who says crazy stuff, a lot of people who are going through things in their real life, it's kind of like they like attacking others verbally like this is a way that they feel comfort for themselves. So it's kind of like you can't even really go back with people. You got to just kind of let things be what they are, because you just never know who you're triggering. You don't know what people are dealing with. When you, like, I think about this sometimes, like, if I get on the elevator with somebody, like, you don't even know, like, somebody's mom could have just passed. So they could have just, brother could have had a heart attack. Anything could have just happened to this person. You get on the internet, you get in the elevator with them, you're on there for them however many seconds, and you get off. Like, somebody could have just been contemplating taking their life. They get in the elevator with you, and you just get them a smile. Like, do you know how many times I get in the elevator all the time, almost every day, and they're like, oh my gosh, your kids just made my day. Oh my gosh, I love your kids. And I just feel so grateful, because I'm like, I feel like they really needed that. Like, my girls are just so pleasant to be around. And I just feel like so happy when people like love that and like feel positive energy from that. Because that could have just been that one good moment of their day, just having my kids smile, like having little babies wave at you and pay attention to you. Like, I pay attention to that type of stuff. So it's kind of like we're only here for a good time, not a long time. And you just got to choose your battles wisely. Like, this is just so sad. This is really sad. He literally told the kids, I cried. I'm done. Oh yeah. 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 A smile. Like, yeah, I try so hard. I try so hard to be, even when I'm having a really, really shitty day, like, I still try so hard to be pleasant to the people around. I'll never forget the day when I miscarried. I think the next day I was miserable that day. So I went home. I didn't do anything. I think Jeremy took me to go get some food the next day. And I'll never forget walking in the world, because where we live, we like live in close proximity to some restaurants. I'll never forget walking to the restaurant with him walking down the street, seeing so many people, people in their own, own world, not even thinking about me. And I'm just like, why is nobody, like, in my mind, I'm thinking like everybody should be running up to me right now, giving me a hug. Like, I literally am experiencing a miscarriage. I'm experiencing, because at this point the baby had not expelled itself from my body. I think it took two days. I know this like left field, but I just vividly remember like I'm in a room, all these people around me, or I'm outside in the world, all these people around me. No one knows that I'm in the middle of a miscarriage. Nobody thinks about that. Somebody could literally set me off. And I think somebody did like push me or shove me or something like that. And I wanted to yell at them, I'm going through a miscarriage. Like, how dare you? They don't know. So it's kind of like, you just don't know what people are dealing with. So it's kind of like, if I saw somebody on the internet or anybody and I watch them, I support them, whatever it may be, and I see like, damn, like, look, this is a very stressful process for her. This may be my immediate reaction would not be to nitpick or be evil or be nasty or be negative. My immediate reaction will be either A, say nothing, because that's, not my place to add to somebody's stress, or B, offer them some kindness, or like figure out some suggestion. Like I said, even if I went on Amazon and said, oh, Keesha, up here, this may work, or whatever it may be, or just, I don't know, that's just me. Because you just never know. Like, you just never know what people are dealing with. Hurt people do hurt people. Hey, Keesha, can't wait to see your beautiful home continue to shine. Yes, I agree with you, Keesha. Northern haters, congrats, girly. Yeah, I'm definitely. Oh, my twin there. Capricorn. Hey, Ebony. Nobody, if y'all, and I want to say this, if y'all are dealing with something right now, like even like, so a few days ago, my counselor messaged me, and I've been dealing with this counselor for 2 years. So she knows all of my business for the last 2 years. And she messaged me abruptly. I'm talking to her every day for 2 years, not every day, but every week we have our video session, and throughout the week we can text. Anyway, she randomly messaged me and says, hey, I just got a better job offer, or I forgot how not better job offer. She said something else. But anyway, she got a new job offer. So our next session will be our last session. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this lady knows everything. She's been counseling me, advising me. She knows everything. Now I got to start over with somebody else. Like, that is triggering for me. That's very stressful for me to have to like open up and share, and, because I feel like I've made a lot of progress with her. But anyways, if you are dealing with anything right now, whether it be small, whether it may be small to us, because some things are small to other people and it's bigger to other people. Like me and Jeremy, we had a serious conversation about that today. Because things that trigger him don't trigger me. Some things trigger me don't trigger him. So we had a really deep conversation about growing pains, like how one can grow up and how that impacts what we get triggered by, and how we deal with the world around us and how that can trigger us. Because sometimes I used to get really triggered if somebody was being like negative in real life to me, because I'm so used to the internet trolls and stuff. So for a moment in my life, like, I would get real triggered, like real triggered. But I'm kind of like, for the most part, over that. But anyways, we kind of like had an in-depth conversation about that and how that works, and just understanding, like, us both analyzing, like, okay, what are some things that are like that deeply bother you, so we can work on those things with each other, since we care about each other. Now, obviously, I'm not in love with nobody on this platform, and no one on this platform is in love with me, that I think. So we don't have that same type of connection or value to each other's life. But the difference between that is, I'm going to always respect people no matter who you are. If I love you, if I know you, I'm going to respect you regardless. Unless you cross me and my kids, then that's out the window. Never coming back. But yeah, like, you just never know what people are going through. And I know some people watch my platform for inspiration, and they see me like as their strong friend, and they want to get, even if they just see this renovation process. Some people reach out and say, I'm just so grateful to just be able to watch a video and stuff like that. Like, I love sharing this journey with you guys, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I'm not ashamed of the good, the bad, or the ugly. I've always lived, for the most part, unapologetically on my platform, and I will continue because that's just who I am, and I'm going to stay true to who I am. So I am so grateful that I have the supporters who've been a part of this journey, who get that and who kind of get me at this point. Because some people, they just still don't get me. They're just watching to watch, but not really understanding. I work with people with depression, and they express the same things to me when they have to get a new therapist. They really build a really, yeah. I was devastated. I was so emotional. I thought the session was this morning, so I'm over here logging into the thing, devastated about to cry, and then I realized it was next week. But yeah, it was very it's devastating because she knows, she came in at the peak of like the internet drama 2 years ago with all that craziness, and she's been here ever since, and she knows everything. So just the thought of having to like open up and get to know someone else, I'm gonna pray about it. Because I feel like counseling has really helped me evolve. Being on social media, like, I have to keep my mental together, because if not, I'll fall apart. I can't let other people, get that much power and control over me. But yeah, y'all, I didn't hold y'all up long enough. Speaking of, yeah, I was getting so many phone calls. I didn't even send my message to Jeremy. Yes, I am. Wait. I won't be to the house until afternoon time. But if you need to come in the morning, you can definitely come to look. But Nicole says, but seriously, let me know if you need me to come paint. So proud of you. Home ownership is a part of the American dream. For sure. Nicole, were you who I was emailing? I think I was emailing you earlier. Oh, thank you, Ebony. Please pray for me. Please pray for me, because moving, it is very tedious. I mean, thank God, like most of the bigger furniture pieces we're not even bringing. But still, I had to push back so many of my brendas, like even the thing for my master bed. I had to push the mattress and stuff. I had to push that back because I'm like, oh, we got to paint this room. I'm not doing no big video. Like, I want it to be done right. I feel convicted about responding to the trolls. I really appreciate your words of wisdom. Thank you and good night. Good night. Thank you, Chelsea, for watching. Yeah, you got to kind of just let negative people mingle with themselves. Because they'll, like, if you have to defend or respond to those people, that's all they want, is they want a reaction, because they don't have nobody in their lives giving them attention. So they have to now worry about other people in their lives and try to like point out and nitpick things that are going wrong. So it's like, ha, see, you're not better than me type of thing. It validates their existence. So you kind of just gotta not worry about it. You kind of just, if God is able, I stand in agreement with you. No weapon formed shall prosper in Jesus' name. They crazy, stay away from crazy. Period. Danny T. Period. I stay away. Far away. When I read my comment section, my eyes just go big for the people who have positive stuff to say. Everything else is like, I can respond to you, but I'm not going to engage to the point where I'm going to be combative with you back and forth. Because some people will stay in my comment section, like they'll be in there leaving a comment at 8 a.m. complaining, and will be arguing with somebody till 10 o'clock at night about little old me. And it's just, I can't engage that way. That's more than a full shift at work that somebody is arguing about things that are so insignificant when you have people who are really dealing with mental health issues. Who would have thought? And a lot of these people, like I said, they like to brag, oh, I work here, oh, I have this, oh, I have that. This nurse, I'm pretty sure she was living decent. She had a decent job. She was a gorgeous woman. And look what she did. Just one bad choice, a terrible choice, cost her life, but more importantly, innocent lives that did not have to go because of these bad choices. So it's okay to ride your high horse, but I think that a lot of people need to realize that some of y'all horses need to get take y'all back to the stable. Some of y'all horses need to take y'all on back. The road, y'all need to be riding into the sunset. Y'all need to get on back. Get on back fast. Are you going to post about how to purchase some of your furniture pieces? Oh, for sure. Our master bed. So the girls' bed. Finally, y'all. If you were in my close friends, it's none of those beds I even posted. At the last minute, I end up changing it, but it's still nice. But yeah, we're gonna share what we posted. I'm gonna tell you guys how I did it. For the most part, it was just kind of like the modern. All the furniture goes with the theme of the home, modern farmhouse. So like I looked up a lot of inspiration for like modern farmhouse kids rooms, modern farmhouse. Pinterest was my best friend throughout this entire renovation process. So I will show you guys when I do when we do the video. I want to show you guys the before, the after. Then of course I want to show you guys some inspiration pictures that we were going by, and then like what ours turned out to. But a lot of people, like my girl Catherine, y'all know Catherine Bedell? Yes, girl. Y'all remember I did a box swap with her like years ago? Yeah, my good sis, she was renovating the hell out of her house. I was looking up some painting stuff and her video popped up. I think she did her cabinets by herself. She did like the peel and stick on her island and backsplash. Y'all, she was getting to the nitty and the gritty. And I started going into, taking a gander into all these other different videos. I didn't know these people were really doing all these real intensive DIY projects in their homes. Like, whew, Lord have mercy. But it came out really good. Her before and after was really, really nice. I think she said at the end of the year she was gonna replace it with the countertop she really wanted. But yeah. Anyways, y'all, let me go ahead and get off here. You are protected. Greater is he, and those who support you outnumber those who don't. I definitely agree to that. I've always said that. The people who support me, when y'all send me positivity, when y'all write positive comments, when y'all send me positive DMs, things like that, that really, really helps. Like that really, really helps me a lot. And I appreciate y'all so much when y'all do that. And I cannot wait for next month because it is going to be fucking insane. It's gonna be insane. So me and Jeremy will be making an announcement soon. Once all this house stuff dies down, we're gonna be able to make an announcement. But it's gonna be insane next month, and I'm excited because this is just necessary. But anyways, I love y'all so much, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. When I say goodbye, I may do like a little clip in the vlog saying goodbye, but y'all already know. I'll show y'all some of the updates that we've done, because the house is pretty much is done. We're getting it clean and bomb. I think what is it called? Bug bombed or something like that. Jeremy said he was doing, and then the cleaner is coming to clean up all the stuff, strip the floor, not strip them, but get all the dirt, germs, contractor dust, all that other stuff, like all that's happening. Good night. Oh yeah, y'all had the girls' room so at the house. I know it's gonna be gorgeous. Yes, I cannot wait. Yes, like the live on the way out, y'all. I will see you guys next week. Bye.